Lost Spring by Anis Jung, Part 1. Students, Anis Jung, very versatile writer, and she has described, she has mentioned one of the life phases of human being. So many phases are there. According to William Shakespeare, the whole human life has been divided into 7 parts. But according to Anis Jung, she says that the golden time period of one's lifetime is spring season. And what does spring season symbolize? It symbolizes childhood. Because childhood is the best time when there is no worry, no miseries are there, and children are feeling joy, happiness, and everybody loves them, everybody gives them affection, and good treatment is given to them. That's why childhood is known as the spring of their life. So this spring is lost in this chapter. But how? What does it mean? What does the title suggest? Is it apt? Is the title suitable? Lost Spring means we are talking about this same lifetime, this same phase of life of a child, of children who are devoid of this so-called spring of their childhood. Means whatever the bliss of childhood are there, they are devoid of all these things, like playing, naturally playing with their friends, going to school, gaining knowledge, moving here and there freely, enjoying with their parents, going for outing, touring. Okay, but some children are so unfortunate that they are devoid of all these things. That's why we are going to talk about 2 types of children in this chapter who are deprived of this natural right of theirs. Okay, students, so the theme is abject poverty. Yes, we are talking about poverty, and when poverty is there, all spring seasons, winter seasons, good seasons, we are devoid of all pleasures of our life, and especially the spring of lifetime is divided. We are in this first part, Sahib-e Alam. Ironically, Sahib-e Alam means universe of God of universe, Lord of universe, but it means that particular person whose name is Sahib-e Alam must possess each and everything. He must not lack anything, but here he lacks each and everything. So we are talking about that, we are learning, and like other refugees, like other migratory people who have migrated from Bangladesh and Dhaka as mentioned, and Dhaka, you know, is the capital of Bangladesh, and at the time these refugees migrated from Bangladesh because there was natural disaster in any form you may call it, but natural disaster was there. So these people anyhow were supposed to sustain, so for their sustaining object of life they happen to be in India, and for a long time they have been living in India, in every part of our nation. And here we are talking about Simapuri, one of the areas that is on the outskirts of Delhi, and these people have inhabited this area. They have no identity of their own except ration card. They have got ration cards, and rest of the things they are devoid of, and they are facing crisis, hardships. Spring, being the best season of a year, is full of color, fragrance, freshness, renewal and growth. Similarly, the childhood of human life is often linked to spring, as it marks the beginning of human life, full of joy, pleasure, play and growth. Children are supposed to play full of out of pleasure, they feel joy, they have growth, but these children you can see in the picture, he is forced to carry rag picking bag, and this child is forced to do work at some tea stall, right? And this is known as child labor, students. So yeah, you can see child labor has been mentioned because they are poor child, they have no other source of livelihood. That's why they keep on finding garbage, finding valuable things like gold. Garbage is like gold for them, because sometime they come across, they may find some valuable things in these heaps of garbage, and that's why they are able to carry on like this only. So you can see here, the writer expresses her concern over the exploitation of childhood in hazardous jobs like rag picking and bangle making. So these two are there, students. One is rag picking, part 1 is about rag picking and part 2 is about bangle making. We will learn about that. The writer Anis Jung encounters Sahib, who is the main character in this part, a rag picker. He is a rag picker. This is Sahib, a rag picker whose parents have left behind the life of poverty in Dhaka. In Dhaka, they lost each and everything. Earlier, they were also well off, but somehow, as ill luck would have it, they lost each and everything. That's why they left everything in Dhaka and came to India to earn a living in Delhi. His family, Sahib's family, like many other families of rag pickers, lives in Simapuri. This is the area where they are living, and they do not have other identification other than a ration card. Means only this identity they have got, and in this way, in abject poverty, they are living. Hand to mouth, they are living, we can say. The children do not go to school and they are excited at the prospect of finding a coin or even a 10 rupee note for rummaging in the garbage. Means they are scrounging. A heap of garbage is there, they are scrounging, they are finding out with their fingers, and maybe they are hopeful of getting maybe 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, or sometimes even as good luck it is. So they may find 10 rupee note is also there. So they think that all these things are not other than gold, because gold being precious. So these coins, these small valued money is also like as valuable as gold. The children do not go to school. I told you this is also one of the blessings of childhood, when children are supposed to go to school to gain knowledge, but these children, these poor children are devoid of this right, and they are excited at the prospect of finding a coin or even a 10 rupee note for rummaging in the garbage. Okay, it is the only way of earning. Means finding these valuable things in the garbage is the only one way of their earning. They live in impoverished condition, abject poverty is there. So in this condition they are living, but are resigned to their fate. Somehow they have to succumb, they have to resign, they have to surrender. What has been lotted cannot be blotted. The writer is pained to see Sahib, a rag picker whose name means the ruler of earth. Sahib-e-Alam. Alam means universe, Sahib means Lord, Lord of the universe his name means, but just opposite to the name, he is living hand to mouth along with his family, and like other people of his community, lose the spark of childhood, means bliss of childhood he loses, and roams barefooted with his friends. He has no footwear, and in this way barefoot he has to move about. From morning to noon, the author encounters him in a tea stall and is paid rupees 800. Students, so many things are to be discussed in this part also. One day, actually there is an episode, this is very important from exam point of view also. One day Anis Jung, the writer, encounters this boy, and naturally out of curiosity, Anis Jung inadvertently, without any deliberation, she asked, why don't you go to school? Sahib-e-Alam said, ma'am, this is not possible for us because we are not able to afford schooling. Okay, so glibly Anis Jung asked, if I run my school, if I set up my own school, and if I make an offer to you to come to my school, would you like to come? At first Sahib could not believe his ears, but he became very happy, and out of his excitement he just said, yes ma'am, I am eagerly looking forward to that moment when I am given this offer and I am going to a school. Okay, just glibly, means without pondering, without thinking much, Anis Jung spoke it. A few days passed, and after some day, when Anis Jung comes across Sahibe Alam once again when the writer is on her way to job. Ma'am, yes, beta. Ma'am, what about your school that day? You were talking about that school you were going to start. So, is your school ready? This is the moment when the writer was speechless. The writer was feeling guilt because in this way he hurt his feeling, the child's feelings. He had no words. The writer had no words. So Anis Jung said, sorry beta, not yet, and at the time I was not serious, and in this way the child with a long face moves away. After some days, once again Anis Jung comes across this child and she asks the child, Arey Sahib, what happened? Where's your rag picking bag? Where's that? And what are you holding like this canister, and you are going somewhere? What happened? You are not looking as happy and free mood? Sahib said, ma'am, everything has changed in my life. There has been a drastic change in my life in past few days. What happened? Sahib said, ma'am, actually, I got a job. As you can see here, 800 rupees. I got a job, and I am working at a tea stall. Over there, I just clean teapots, glasses, cups, and I serve tea to the customers, and in return I am paid 500 rupees a month, and one time meal is also given. So indirectly he is saying that I have just sold off my own liberty, my own freedom for rupees 800 per month. So his face was not happy. So the writer Anis Jung asked him, are you not happy with this life? He said, no ma'am, I am not happy because I am not as much happy as I used to be. I was the master of my own life. I was the master of my own wish. Wherever I wished to go, I could, but not now because I am in job now. So in this way, this part comes to an end, and he changes his course of life. Next part is, you can see, once again child labor is there, but different. This child is a mechanic doing something, fixing something, some automobile, and glass making, glass bangle ware. You can see bangles are there, glasswares are there, and in this job also, in these hazardous jobs, these children are not suitable for these hazardous jobs, but still they are forced to do jobs because their parents think that in this way they would be supporting their family as well as their own life. Right, students? Part 2. The author then tells about another victim, Mukesh. First character in the first part, the main protagonist is Sahibe Alam, and now the main character is Mukesh. Okay, students? Each and every line is important because objective type questions are there. So if you are paying attention, then only you will be able to give the correct answer. Okay. The author then tells about another victim, Mukesh, who wants to be a motor mechanic. So you may be asked the question, what did Mukesh want to be? So Mukesh wanted to be a motor mechanic. That's why he is getting training. Hailing from Firozabad. Firozabad, you know, students, is famous for bangle making, glasswares, right? So he is from Firozabad, the center of India's bangle making and glass blowing industry. He has always worked in the glass making industry. This is their paternal, this is their family business also, family occupation is also there. His family, like the others, they do not know that it is illegal for children to work in such close proximity to furnaces. Means they are not maintaining proper distances from furnaces. These these furnaces give out heat and poisonous gases, and these are very much harmful for children to their eyes in such high temperatures. Actually, these are dingy cells, and when these people keep on working in these dark and dingy cells like rooms or hutments, they lose their eyesight. They become patients of lung diseases, respiratory diseases are there, respiratory syndromes are there, but they know nothing because this is the one and only source of life for them. They are exposed to various health hazards like losing their eyesight as they work in abysmal conditions in dark and dingy cells like hutments. Okay, students, it has been given, this is illegal for children. So according to Indian Child Labor Act, it has been banned, means child labor has been banned. Now what is child labor, students? Child labor is the labor, means a labor that cannot be given to children below 14. Children below 14 can never be put to job according to Child Labor Act. That's why this is illegal. So these children seem to be under 14. So if we put them to job like this, it is illegal and we may be punished by the law. Okay, students. Mukesh's father is blind. So when the writer asked Mukesh that why don't you take me to your dwelling place, I just want to see how you are living, what is your lifestyle. So in this way Mukesh takes the writer to his place. What the writer sees, Mukesh's father is blind, as were his father and grandfather before him. Means getting blind has been going on generation to generation because of this hazardous, because of this job being hazardous. Eyesight is lost. They lead a hand to mouth existence as they are caught in the vicious web of the money lenders. Means suppose they are borrowing 500 rupees but their thumb stamp is taken on 5,000, and if they are taking 5,000, 50,000 have been signed. So in this way they have been become the victims of this vicious circle, pernicious circle of money lenders, middlemen, police and the traditions. Actually, students, whosoever is poor is devoid of all these things. Yes, and these migratory people, these poor people, migratory people like Sahib and poor people like Mukesh, they are forced to live this kind of life only because they are poor. They have no right, though no natural rights, they have got to lead. So burdened are the bangle makers of Firozabad that they have lost their ability to dream, unlike Mukesh who dreams of driving a car. He wants to be a motor mechanic. He doesn't want to be in this profession like his parents, like his father, grandfather and great grandfather. It has been their paternal business, paternal profession, but he doesn't want to be in this profession. Why? Because he thinks that he is not made for that, and he thinks that he should be a motor mechanic, and in this way he will be having some bright and better prospects for him. So dear students, in this way this chapter is also over. I hope you have got it. If you come across any kind of doubts, just feel free and discuss with us. See you some other time with other topic. Till then, have a nice time and take care of yourself. Your exams are drawing nearer, so keep on studying, keep on preparing for your board exams. See you some other time with another topic. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you.